Hey guys, Scott here. Just a quick one today. It has been confirmed, or as confirmed as it can be by pretty reputable leakers that have leaked a lot of stuff in the past with high accuracy, that the next 2v8 event will be Resident Evil themed, and it will likely take place February, March, that kind of time frame. Now, the thing I'm not 100% sure on is if it will be only Resident Evil themed, seeing as how it is a limited time event. It is entirely possible that it will solely focus on that, and the only killers and maps that you will be able to select are going to be Resident Evil themed. I'm not sure if these are just additions or a replacement, since it's still a limited time mode, and it's not like they have to keep adding onto things that they've done in the past. But in all likelihood, it'll probably just be more stuff that, we already have. And it is confirmed so far that Nemesis and Wesker are going to be there as well. Legion will be playable with the hunk skin, so I'm guessing they're just trying to shove all the RE content in the same exact patch for the 2v8, and that makes a lot of sense. The Resident Evil map is also being expanded upon. I have no doubt it's just going to be the original Resident Evil map. For those who don't know, Resident Evil RPD map has two different variants, and they used to be one giant variant, and it was just way too big, so they split it in half, which is a very good decision. But I'm guessing for the 2v8, we're going to have the entire map open again. That would make the most sense to account for the amount of players and the increased size and all that stuff. So that is, I think, what we're going to be getting. From what I can understand, Nemesis and Wesker are going to have a shared mechanic with their infection system. They will be able to cure both infections with the same injections, and there's going to be 3 charges for that item as well. And there's going to be a couple of other little changes. Some slightly less confirmed things, but still likely true. A new survivor class involves a dash that can stun killers. So I'm not even sure how the hell that's going to work, but I'm definitely really curious to see if this is going to be solely Resident Evil or just additions to what we already have in 2v8. Because if it's solely Resident Evil, I actually think that's going to be kind of unfortunate, because people are going to get burnt out of the same map and the same killers over and over again for 2 weeks straight. I don't think that'd be a good decision. Adding it additionally would be great, and having a caveat for when Wesker and Nemesis are on the same match, having that vial, work on both infections, that would be great. But having it replace the entire mode, I think would be a giant mistake. Other than that, though, balancing wise, I'm not sure how it's going to work. Nemesis is probably going to have some change to his zombies, I would have to imagine. Wesker will likely remain pretty much exactly the same as he currently is, and Legion is going to be a disgustingly strong teammate for a lot of killers. Now, the problem with all of this is all well and good, and if you're a Resident Evil fan, this is probably going to be amazing. The problem is they have still not really addressed the main issue with 2v8, which is the queue times. The queue times are still by far the biggest issue with the entire mode. So much so that it ruins the base game. The queue times for everything get screwed up, because I think it's so widely played that it just takes players away from the actual main mode, and everyone wants to play killer on this mode too. Basically, the queue times are just absolutely terrible in 2v8, and they don't really seem to have any method of addressing that, and I'm not really sure what more they can possibly do, because they gave a lot to Survivor last patch, and it didn't do shit to the queue times. Seems like they're giving them even more, and it's not going to do shit, because people are still going to prefer the novel experience. Now, I've always said if we kept 2v8 in the game, it would lose the novel factor, and eventually the player levels would equal out over time, but that would be a very painful adjustment period of insanely bad queue times, and as a content creator, I don't want to sit there 10-15 minutes between each game. It just is really not good, and even if you're not a content creator, just sitting there waiting that long between each game, it just sucks. So I really hope they do address the main issue. Balance and fun and map design and perks and blah, blah, blah. All that stuff is whatever. Getting people into the game should be their top priority, and I still don't really have a good idea how to address that. So hopefully they got something for us, but that is just a quick look at what's coming up in a couple of months for the next 2v8 mode. That's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.